What's going on, everyone? Dave here. Wanted to do my month 11 Bitcoin and NVIDIA portfolio update here. As most of you know, there's been a ton of news circulating about a potential crypto strategic reserve, not Bitcoin, but crypto, along with the development of DeepSeek that just came out, which is apparently using a lot less power and money as an AI application and is doing much better than Chat GPT apparently. But want to go over my portfolio for the month and kind of review how these things have affected the cost of it because over the last 2 days, both Nvidia and Bitcoin have experienced significant dips, which is in turn affecting my portfolio amount. But let's go ahead and get started. As most of you already know, I'm doing this for 120 months. I started this in March of 2024. I will be finishing in March of 2034, where I am investing solely into Bitcoin and Nvidia. This is just a quick outline of my investment checklist or goals that I want to accomplish for this year, which I think are very important to have. I want to try to reach a portfolio amount of 60,000 by the end of December 2025. I receive a company bonus and severance probably by fall of 2025, depending on how long it takes for that pension over in Korea to hit my American bank account. And then also, I will be starting a new job in September. I want to double the amount of investments or double the amount that I'm putting in towards investments each month. And again, this is just a way to keep myself in check, to keep myself honest so I can put as much money towards these two things over the coming years. So, investment amount for this month, January of 2025, I put a little over $100 into Nvidia shares. You see 6 cents there because I received a little bit of a dividend, and I threw that in with my investment into Nvidia. And then I put $700 towards Bitcoin. And again, I'm sticking to the strategy where most of my funds are going towards Bitcoin, at least for the start of this year, because I think by the end of this year, Bitcoin's probably going to triple or even um, over triple, 3 to 5x in value by the end of 2025. I am not saying that it won't dip down at points, and I do eventually believe if Bitcoin hits that 3 to 5x, we are also going to experience a crash for sure. But with all that being said, a lot of my funds are going towards Bitcoin for the beginning of the year. So current portfolio value. All right. So this was interesting. The numbers looked much more sexier a week ago. All right, because Bitcoin was around 106, 107,000, $107,000 per coin. Nvidia was trading around $142 per share. Well, that has now come crashing down. All right, for a few reasons. Number one, this whole DeepSeek development with China and this AI application has really freaked out the market. And it's not just Nvidia that's down; it's also the Nasdaq, the S&P 500. Everything's down right now because people, for lack of a better word, are shocked at the fact that this company over in China developed an application with significantly less manpower and funds and was able to create an application that is apparently competing directly with, if not better, than ChatGPT and OpenAI. But again, we don't have the full information on that yet, and that is still developing. So I'm sure the price, it's these things are volatile, guys. Who knows what's going to happen a month from now? But that's kind of the big reason why we're seeing this shift in the price of Bitcoin and also a drastic shift in the price of Nvidia shares. So Nvidia right now, I have 121.7 shares at 16,457. My Bitcoin, so that amount is actually a little off. I'm a little over 0.189. I just didn't update it, but my value, what I have worth, my worth in Bitcoin is $19,910, and whatever that is, fractionally to one Bitcoin is what I have. Um, so interesting. Last month we had a bit of a decline in return, but this month it was plus 2.67% return, excluding my January contribution. And that's coming solely from Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you in the next chart the returns for both of these things since March of 2024. But total portfolio value, what we're looking at right now is $36,367. So let's go ahead and take a look at this little chart here. So I started in March of 2024, and I have the monthly returns for both Bitcoin and Nvidia above. Okay, so you can see the returns for both of these things, Bitcoin and Nvidia, are pretty substantial compared to the S&P 500 return since March of 2024. Okay, I am not downplaying or mocking the S&P 500. I think it's a great and stable investment. Definitely less volatile, but with Bitcoin and Nvidia, just from what I've learned and my long-term thesis on it, I'm kind of willing to take on that volatility because I just think over the long term, all right, over years, not months or weeks, over years, that return's just going to continue to increase. Okay, so if you look over here, January of 2025, Bitcoin. For this month, the past 30 days, it's generated a 5.13% return. Nvidia's down 2.75%. And, my returns for this month came solely from Bitcoin, just from Bitcoin. All right. Nvidia, we took a bit of a hit. And Nvidia has actually been pretty stagnant over the last 2 to 3 months. But I think, again, long term, Nvidia, Jensen Huang and his team over there in California are just going to do their thing, and it's going to be worthwhile, especially with all these developments coming through with AI. And you've also seen with President Trump's admin the announcement of Stargate. AI is not going anywhere, and there's going to be a demand for NVIDIA. Okay. Just one last slide here. This is kind of showing the graph of my returns and how they have gone up and down since March of 2024. The graph says April, but it's basically March, the beginning of April, that time frame. So um, you see the pretty big incline there in June to July of 2024. That's because I received a wedding gift of around $7,000, and I threw that in solely towards Bitcoin, which really helped out once Trump won the election in November of 2024. Because as you can see here, my portfolio went from about 28 grand up to 34 grand in just 1 month. And each month here, with the exception of June to July, I've contributed no more than probably $1,200 per month. And the last 2 months, I've only contributed a few $100s. So, not a significant or exorbitant amount of money here. I'm a school teacher. I don't make tons. Um, I'll be honest. And my wife and I, we ran our budget over the last few months. I've been saving and investing over 50% of my income. All right, in US dollars, over 50% of it. And I'm not saying that's all the money I make. I mean, there's things over here like my apartment and certain utilities that are covered for by my employer. But all the money I get for myself at the end of the month, over the last few months, I've been investing over 50% of it. So call me crazy, whatever. But again, I'm acting very aggressively right now with this. And I'll continue tracking my portfolio month to month. If you guys have any questions, comments, please comment below. I'll respond. And feel free to subscribe, guys. This is just the journey of a retail investor. I'm a normal guy, school teacher, and I'm going to continue investing into these two things over the next several years. So thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next one.